Yolo, guys, it's your boy Founding Popcorn 798 here, back with some more ghosts apparently caught on camera. We'll have a little look at this and see what we think. You know, if you watched my last video, guys, you'll know that I am a bit of a believer when it comes to ghosts and the paranormal activity, so I will be reserving my judgment on each of these videos and giving my own thoughts and opinions as well to this, as on each video that is shown as well. This is top 5 scary real ghosts caught on camera. Before we get into this, guys, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, turn that red button for me, guys, and of course hit the notification icon as well to stay up to date whenever I release a new video. And without further ado, let's begin.
Whatever you believe in, it is hard to deny that there are many things in the world that just can't be explained. Events that leave even skeptics shaking their heads and covering their mouths. The supernatural has always divided us, with people either believing in ghostly entities or thinking the entire thing is a joke. However, how do we explain these videos? Videos that seemingly show spirits that cannot be explained. So today on Top 5 Scary Videos, I'm going to be counting down our list of the top 5 scariest real ghosts caught on camera. Before we begin though, be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be responding to some of your comments. And with that, let's jump in. Coming in at number 5, we have The Woods. This video was taken by a man named Carlos from Barcelona in 2016, who would often film himself while on hikes in the forest at night. Since recording this video, Carlos has not gone on a nighttime hike since. So let's proceed. The video begins with Carlos walking down a pitch black trail before hearing twigs breaking all around him. If that wasn't spooky enough, he begins to turn his camera from ahead of him to behind him, and once again ahead of him. However, when the camera faces front, we can see a figure in the darkness dressed in black with white hands and a white face. Carlos turns and begins to run, as he would. He makes it to a clearing before stopping and panning the camera down where we can
I see it there.
The figure once again, this time standing next to 3 cement blocks and staring up at Carlos. Carlos moves once again and this time takes a seat. Not sure why, but once again the figure emerges from a clearing. Thankfully though, Carlos finds a hole in the side of a cliff that he crawls into. He waits before peeking out and seeing that the coast is clear, so he exits. However, when he turns around to face the hole he just crawled out of, the face of a woman can be seen. Carlos runs and he never looks back. Why would you ever go on a nighttime hike in the first place and record yourself? It is beyond me. What do you guys think though? Do you believe this video is real, or is Carlos fooling us all?
I don't know about that one, guys. I really don't know. I mean, it could be a very good hoax. It could be a very good hoax. But something tells me about this one, it isn't. I mean, we can't really tell about the original video and what he's saying, if he is saying anything. But on the abstract, on the first time watching it, it could be very real here. I mean, you're going on this hike and you can see there's a face in the distance. I don't think it's a hoax personally. I think this one is generally real. I mean, he just got out of that cave and there's a woman there. You see when he's going in, there's no one there, and as he's exiting, there's no one there, and then suddenly he turns around like a couple of seconds later and there's someone there. Now this could be a very clever edit here, and if it is, really well done on the host, really well done. But on my personal opinion, first time this has got to be real. My personal opinion here. And without further ado, let's carry on.
Classic Carlos. Coming in at number 4, girls see ghost and run. Now this video begins with a mother filming her 2 daughters who are seemingly eating dinner at a small dinner table. It's quite adorable actually. I digress, because suddenly the older daughter, who is facing the kitchen, which is pitch black, becomes very distressed, appearing to look off at something in the distance and crying. The other girl, who has her back facing the kitchen, turns around multiple times asking, "What? What?" seemingly seeing nothing from within the shadows. However, the older daughter is clearly distressed, looking back and forth between the kitchen and her mother, saying things like, "It scared me, I'm scared." The other sister attempts to reassure her, telling her everything's okay, but it doesn't seem to help. The mother keeps questioning her daughter as to why she is scared, but she doesn't give an answer. The young daughter, however, keeps looking back, sees nothing, and then begins to laugh like a crazy person, which is arguably one of the most terrifying parts of the entire video. Children laughing. Not for me. The mother asks once again, "What are you scared
You see that
of?"
she's
But
clearly
the daughter
distressed.
pointing to the shadows in the kitchen. However, it all becomes too much for the daughter, who breaks down in tears and leaves the table, heading over to her mother. The younger daughter once again turns around. This time though, she finally sees whatever it is her sister was so scared of, and screams a blood-curdling scream, shoving the table and running towards her mother. So what did the two girls see? Well,
Kids and elderly people have a tendency to see stuff that adults usually can't. And again, this is from my own personal experience and what I've learned from paranormal stuff. Kids and elderly people have a tendency to see things that we cannot, and there's a reason for that. Because of they're so young or so old, they're new to the world, or they've experienced in the world, and depending what age. Let's go with the kids for example, as it is showing in this video here. Because they're so new to the world, it's kind of hard to explain, but because they're new to the world, they're so close to the beginning of life and whatnot, they will have a chance of seeing things that we can't, and as they get older, that gets less and less and less. But that's definitely believable, guys. That is definitely 100%. They saw something there. You can see that little girl was distressed. Don't know why they were filming in the first place. They don't go into it. Maybe they're filming, the kids doing something rather than eating. I don't know, I'm not too sure. But that kid definitely was distressed about something. That is 100% believable. No, unfortunately, we don't get to see the ghost at all. But what made it more believable as well is the fact that the way that the other girl didn't for quite a few times, every time she didn't see anything, and then when she turns around for the last time, as it says, she saw it, whatever this was, and then she panicked and runs even more distressed than her sister was. That was definitely believable, guys.
Probably never know, and frankly, I don't think I ever wanted.
You see how distressed they are there.
Number 3, we have the abandoned house.
Kids have a way of being honest as well at that age. Kids usually are very, very honest with things like that age. It's only when people get older when they are less honest, in my personal opinion, and they lie and more stuff. But when it comes to stuff like that, scary stuff like that, kids don't usually lie, and they definitely saw something like that, and that's what makes that video believable.
House. A ghost hunter named Adventure Allah in Saudi Arabia filmed himself exploring a supposedly haunted house that is now completely abandoned.
That's a face there.
Now I should
swear there was a
preface
face
this
there
by saying that viewers of this video have been quick to point out ghosts, jinns, demons, and even strange creatures lurking within the video. But the question is, can you spot them? Well, let's proceed. The video consists of the man exploring the abandoned home. However, throughout the video you can hear loud banging coming from different locations within the house. He roams around opening doors but seemingly finding no one. However, the banging continues. He follows the sounds, but they continue to avoid him, with the noises appearing in the previous location he was in. When he investigates, it disappears. However,
I wish I could hear.
the scariest parts of
I wish the person who's narrating will be quiet just for a minute so we can actually hear the banging and the noises. That bit slightly on the annoying side. I would like to hear the actual video itself, like I explain the video, sure, and then us actually hearing the video afterwards. That would have been better, personally.
The video comes when he hears a noise coming from inside a room leading to a wardrobe. He attempts to open it, but to no avail. However, the doors then open and then seemingly close on their own. This continues for the duration of the video, with him catching seemingly stable and heavy objects moving around on their own, with loud banging coming from various parts of the house. What do you guys think though? Real or fake?
Well, based on the little footage we got, I have to say possibly a fake, guys, on this one. Now, it could be real, but again, I didn't get to see the original clip as it was in its audio, so it's hard to express if this is real or not. Now, this could be just a bunch of kids above making the banging noises and then moving around, or like the chandelier or whatever. I think that could possibly be the case here, but without listening to the original video on this one, I can't really express my my proper thoughts on this one. If we come across this one again in its original form, then you hear all the banging and the closing the doors, then I probably I would be able to give you my proper opinion on that. But with that being said, I can't really probably say if this is real or not. It's hard to explain. But on first point of watching this, I think it could possibly be a fake. Now I think I saw like a face at the beginning. Give me a second just to go to the beginning. There, I think I saw like a face there.
Exploring a supposedly haunted house.
There, I swear like I saw like a face there. Is that like a face there with the hair going there and the hair going there? It kind of looks like, that's what that looks like to me. Right, let's get to the next one. Let me know what your thoughts on each of these guys are down below, obviously.
Parts of the house.
There's like another face there as well.
Or fake. Coming in at number 2, we have the Sally House. Now, this one comes to us from BuzzFeed Unsolved. For those who don't know, BuzzFeed Unsolved is a documentary web series that first aired on YouTube back in 2016 and has subsequently run for 11 seasons. The show follows Ryan Bergara and co-host Shane Madej, who discuss unsolved crimes, haunted places, alleged demonic possessions, and historical occurrences. Now, in the specific episode, they investigate the Sally House in Atchison, Kansas. Now, a quick backstory of the property. The Sally House was built in the mid-1800s and is believed to be haunted by a little girl named Sally, who died in the house during an appendicitis surgery. However, it is now believed that the house is haunted by multiple spirits and evil entities. The house is said to be the most haunted house in all of Kansas. As of today, it's standing vacant because nobody wants to live there. So, of course, this is the perfect location for Brian and Shane to visit. The pair head into the kitchen with a flashlight sitting on the kitchen counter. Shane continuously begs for any of the ghostly entities to turn on the light, while Ryan begs that they don't. Shane then says to the spirits, "If you don't like us, turn the lights on." The light then turns on out of nowhere. To make matters worse, they both approach the flashlight once again, stating, "Please turn the lights off, spirits." And what happens? The light goes off. Very creepy indeed. And
that is definitely real. It's hard to fake something like that. I felt a bit of a chill down that one, guys. Still feeling a little bit. I can't put much of my thoughts in. That is real. I can't expect ghosts who tend to form in a place of great harming or great. Well, no, that's the wrong way to put it. When something tragic happens, ghosts usually the spirit usually formulates in that area, and it usually manifests itself. I'm not very good with words, guys, so forgive me. But that is definitely real. There's not touching that light, guys, unless that was clever CGI or clever cropping or whatever. But I didn't see a cut in the video, guys. I didn't see a cut in the video there. But that definitely looked real. Personally, I even felt a chill down my arm there, guys. That being said, let's go on to the last one.
Finally, coming in at number 1, we have Dalhousie Castle. Helen Parker is an Australian news reporter reporting from the Dalhousie Castle in Scotland, a castle which is notorious for being haunted. However, Helen, a skeptic, decides to explore the location alone to prove everybody wrong. When you think of an 800-year-old castle, you think ghosts, spirits lurking in the stone halls, distressed spirits haunting the tunnels. However, for Helen, she has never believed in ghosts or spirits. So, at 2 a.m, she decides to go to the dungeons alone. Just her and her camera. Brilliant idea, Helen. Perfect. She sets up the camera facing a handful of tables, herself, and creepy looking armor. Helen herself is facing the only door in the room. She starts off by saying that there have been no signs of any ghostly entities in the dungeons, just as she predicted. However, Helen makes a terrible mistake by beginning to taunt the supposedly ghostly resident.
You don't do that, even if you're not a believer. Don't taunt. No, guys. That's like you, that's like a freaking a murderer pointing a gun point blank and goes, and you go on then, come on, shoot me. You don't do it. Okay, even if you're not a believer and you want to go to one of these places, don't taunt. Okay, no. Okay, guys, do me a solid there. If you're not a believer and you are going to one of these places, don't freaking taunt the spirits. That's the last thing you should ever do. Okay, ever.
Castle as hocus pocus before saying maybe there is no such thing as ghosts whatsoever. However, just moments later, Helen leans back in her chair, examines the room, before a handful of bangs can be heard from behind her. Helen then screams and runs from her chair. She then grabs her camera and leaves, telling the ghost, I'm going. So what exactly happened? According to Helen, during the experience, she felt, I quote, an intense electrical feeling down the right side of my face and head. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with that?
I don't think some of those are real. You heard my opinions throughout, guys. But that last one that woman was just, in my personal opinion, stupid. You don't go there, even if you're not a believer. Yeah, go there as a non-believer and, see if it's not real. But don't taunt it. Okay? Don't taunt. Ever, guys. Okay? Because you never know what's going to happen. Okay? You never know what's going to happen. And in my personal opinion, that woman got off really lucky. Maybe personally, but yeah. Anyway, guys, that was my thoughts and my feelings on this one, guys. Let me know what you think down below, guys, what your personal opinions are. And again, if you've got any suggestions down below, guys, let me know what your if it's scary videos, music, gaming reaction, funny videos, anything, let me know down below in the comment section, and I'll react to it when I've got the chance to. I've already got my first suggestion, and I'm going to be reacting to that tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. But yes, anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this, let me know, and until next time, guys, stay popping.